and welcome to talk about how to market your game on social media. I'm Lucia La Rezza, and I will talk you through a really interesting process on how to actually sell more copies of your game, more money, hopefully, but also more money that you will have to spend on social media. I'm sorry. Uh, so, what are we going to talk about today precisely? There will be an introduction about who I am and why am I telling you how to promote your game. And we can also plan together your marketing strategy here on now. Then we will talk about the three phases of the customer. So when they don't know you, when they know you, and when you need to actually sell more stuff to them after they buy your game. And then there will be practical tips, not only rules, ideal. And there will be a little conclusion and a bit of more help on that sense. Who am I? I am Lucia, you know me on Twitter, so it's a bit pointless to tell, but let's tell it anyway. Oh, we're recording actually. Let's do it. So I'm marketing, I'm community manager. Actually, I was hired last week by Candy Crush for being their community manager. I helped a lot of other community. I helped indie games, Japanese games to grow their audience through social media. So I had a chance to learn by working with other companies. I hope it's not too loud. I think it seems very loud. But yeah, so I created this little plan that you will be able to actually download. And it is a strategy of how to deal with the customer before they know you, while they know you, and after they buy your game. And there will be little suggestions and tips for every phase of this part and of this plan. So we have target players. So we will talk about how to find the right players for your game. We will talk about how to craft precisely your message in order to sell your game. We will talk about the right media platform that you should be on. Then during the phase is when you actually capture the attention of the player, when you actually give them value, and then when they finally decide to buy your game. After they buy your game, you will actually have to continue to nurture your relationship with them, because obviously they have to become fans, big fans of the game, in order to promote it for you. So it would be nice to explore also that side. So yeah, we will explore little by little every phase. We will start from the before, when the players don't even know that you exist. To complete this phase, they will need to show interest. So to put a like on a post or to retweet your tweet, etc. The during phase is when the players are actually aware and interested in your game. So they will actually go and sell your game. And after they buy your game, players will become customers. So you need to cuddle them, you need to hug them, you need to give them more content, more behind the scene. And this will create a marketing loop that will help you to sell even to more people. So during the before phase, your ideal player is someone that you need to know specifically. So you need to be as specific as possible about all the attributes that they have to have. And you cannot go just to what's the gender, what they play, etc. You need to go deeper. So you need to actually think about what are their inner passion, what is their story, what they went through, if they had any of the same problems that you create with the game or talk about in the game. After that, you need to craft your message actually in a way that can target them specifically and in a way that actually can talk precisely about your game. So you need to think about these two aspects. Then after this phase, you can pass to the perfect platform. That will be a mix of how your message can reach these people and where these people are, where these players are. So, for example, if your players are developers, they will be on Twitter or on Mastodon. If they are Gen Z, if they are very young, they will be on TikTok or Instagram. If they are boomers, so I'm talking about people a bit more in their 50s, you will have to be on Facebook, for example. So you need to think about every aspect of it. After this phase, to help you a bit more into this space, I decided to give some deeper tips about it. So to find your perfect client, your perfect target player, your efforts would have to be directly into discover who is the perfect person. You cannot promote to everyone, because if you promote to everyone, you spend too much energies, and those energies could have had a way better place. So for this, you need to send also the right message, as we were talking about. So to find your perfect player, I set up some very deep questions, but you can go even more deeper. Like, what are their top daily frustrations? Are they always angry? Are they in a 9 to 5? Or are they freelancers, for example? This could help you also in promotion. What do they desire the most? Do they want the new Diablo? Do they want the new Final Fantasy 16, or whatever they desire as a game, or also in their life? Do they want to make a family, or do they want to stay single or with their partner without kids? These are important parts of the marketing part. You are kind of stalking the people in this moment, basically. So what trends are occurring in their lives? For example, are they getting married in this moment, and all their friends are getting married? And maybe in your game there is a marriage. You could promote that. That would help a lot. Is there a built-in bias in the way they make decisions? So, for example, are they engineers? Are they very analytical, or are they way more instinctive? In that case, you can put or a video that promotes deeper the details of the game, or if they're instinctive, you can promote, as you actually did. I know I'm talking to you now. You could actually promote the story, your story, or the emotions. What I understood that your game, for example, is for promoting the inner self, the inner part. So how to deal with emotions, to bad things happening to people. So this is quite interesting. And I think that was, for example, a very good marketing strategy. Loads of love for Alex. Again, other questions that you could ask to yourself for the marketing part. It could be, what is the one game they crave more? Do they like Elden Ring? Do they like Life is Strange? Do they? If they like that precise kind of game, you could actually highlight in your promotion that your game is just a bit like that part of that game. For example, what YouTube channel do they follow? In that case, for example, you could contact a content creator that you know that this kind of people is following, or the genre of content creator or influencer. These are not bad words. These are good ways to promote your game. What's the dominant emotion they feel every day? Are they angry at the world because they hate their job, or do they do what they love, for example? These little questions can create for you a very interesting strategy for social media, because the more you tap in their emotion, their story, their lives, the more they will be convinced to actually have a look at your game. Then there is the tuning phase, that when you know already what kind of player you're looking for, you know already your message, and you know already on what platform you are. In this moment, you have to capture their attention. You need to put their mindset on, oh, I wonder what this game is publishing today, because yesterday it was very interesting, for example. The purpose of your social media is to post, is to find players interested in your game. You don't have to sell it straight away. So you don't have to say like, this is my game, but only AAA studios can do that, because they have loads of good history behind them, or bad history. Depends on the story of the studio, but still. So in this phase, you need to create interest. You already answered those questions, so you know already how to create a conversation with them, how to create a spark in their brain, just a little spark. It doesn't have to, oh my God, this is the best game. It has to be, oh, that's interesting. After that, you need to nurture. You need to create a marketing loop. What does it mean? You need to be on as many platforms as possible where these people is. And while being present, you can make them feel like they're in an active part of the creative process. What does it mean? Like, while you are creating the game, you post things about the game. The more you post in the creative part, the more people will comment or maybe give you feedbacks or maybe help you with the music, I don't know, with the genre. The more you go through this phase, the more the people will think when the game is released, oh my God, I helped in this process. I gave this feedback and they listened to me. So I might decide to buy the game, for example. You never know. After this part, when they are very interested, when they feel a part of it, they will decide to actually buy the game. You don't have to go and say, buy my game, because that's the worst way to actually sell a game. No, the thing is, with their trust, with all the posts you created, you didn't sell it yet. You didn't say, oh, this is the price, this is my game. They don't know. So they think that they are deciding to buy your game instead of your marketing strategy. They don't even think that could have been a marketing strategy. And this is very helpful. The less you say this word, unfortunately, the more you will have a chance to sell your game. I know it's bad, but unfortunately now there is a very negative denotation of the marketing and the selling process. Well, there is nothing wrong with it. Now, there is a very interesting tip on how to create a marketing loop, how to create more interest on the interest of your game. So there are various techniques. The more tools you use, the more there will be people interested in your game. So, for example, this can be a cost-effective way to do it. There hasn't have to be a Facebook ad campaign or Twitter campaign, because I know not all the studios, especially indie studios, have a lot of budget unless they are actually having some help. But still, there are very interesting and free ways to promote your game, such as newsletters. For example, you could capture their email, giving them a freebie, giving them the possibility to have the game feedback with their email. Blog posts. Blog posts still exist, still function. They seem old, but still the SEO with Google had a very good impact. Game demo, for example, you could bring your game demo to various events, to various platforms. You could say that if they play the demo and, for example, find this object and say the color of this object, they win a prize, and you can give them some stickers or whatever. This can help as well. You could create a podcast. In this podcast, you could talk about all the subjects of the game or what you talk about in the game, but on a podcast point of view. So without talking even any way about the game, or maybe say that you created this game at the end of the podcast every time you finish the podcast. That helps a lot in a marketing group as well. Spotify, for example, there is a way to create, like Roxanne actually, that is here, showed me that it's quite interesting, and I wanted to put it in this marketing tips. Create playlists on Spotify with the theme of the game. That's quite interesting because you put the name of the game only in the name of the playlist, and a lot of music that doesn't have to be in your game. It can be just themed with the same kind of vibes. And people will listen to this playlist and read the name again, and they have it in their brain without knowing that it's actually a game. So that is quite helpful as well. And live streams, meaning that you could create a specific demo that is different from the one that you show around and give it for free to live streamers. In that way, live streamers with even micro live streamers, like they don't have to have big numbers, because usually the ones with big numbers are the ones that ask for a lot of money. But like needy live streamers, like 5K or 1K followers, subscribers, for example, they could play the game and show it to their community. Usually live streamers community are quite strong and connected. So sometimes it's kind of undervalued, the help of content creators, but it's very helpful. if you use all of the strategies, you could create a huge marketing. But for example, if you use just 2 or 3 of these strategies, it could help as well a lot for the promotion. And now let's go to the after phase. The player already brought your game, so they know already what it's about. They know already you, they already saw your content. What could you give them to actually make them promote the game for you? Because they will tell their friends if you did a good job. They will tell their community, or they will tell on social media, like I do with Elden Ring all the time, because it makes me crazy. I know, Alex, you saw my tweet all the time with Elden Ring, me just spending everything. But that could be a way. For example, if the player likes and enjoys and plays so much your game, they will publish loads of things. Or if you put Easter eggs about other things or about your country, like UK Easter eggs, they will put photos and screenshots on their social media. So what can you do to make them do this? First of all, you need to give them a pro experience. What do I mean with this? You need to make them really fun. They need to be obsessed by your game. Tell them about the effort also that goes in the game. They need to know all of the backstory, all of what happened after that you created the game. Did you celebrate, for example? You can post all of these little perks on your social media. You could talk about your team. You could put photos of all the people in your team, for example. You could, I already say this, talk about the backstories, or talk about the skills that you have in order to actually creating this game. They need to know every detail at this point to have the perfect experience. It's like when you see, I don't know, a shampoo, where there is written it's completely vegan. There are only natural ingredients. Same should be for your game. It's made by humans. We are humans. So this is us. This is what we are. This is what we did and what we know. The more people knows, the more people will put a face on the game and stop criticizing everything or ignoring. Most of the time we see on social media this kind of behavior that is not the best to see. Yeah. After this kind of experience, we need to build a community around the game. So apart from all the posts that we do and all the plan that there is behind it, you could organize actual parties or actual live stream themed with the game, with all the team, or with prizes, giveaways, for example. There are so many ways to actually celebrate the game, celebrate who actually brought the game. So you could send invites via mail only to who actually brought the game and say, there is a party in UK, you are invited, with a very interesting kind of font, just like in the game, and all themed with the game, for example. These are little things that require, lots of organization, but that makes you completely different compared to the other indie games that don't create anything. You see so many indie games that create the game and leave it there. That's it, done. Let's go to the other. But when you create a cult, like Cult of the Lamb, actually, they did, behind your game, around your game, it creates such impact online and also in your team as well. So yeah, after you built a community, if you did, hopefully, automatically you don't have to do anything. There will be word of mouth, so they will start finally talking with their friends. Oh, I was invited to this party of this game just because they brought it, or I found this perk in this game. I want to show you, for example. The more they do this, the more other people will decide to buy the game and create the huge, massive marketing loop, and that's very useful. Now, about the reflection of the after the game was created, after they actually brought the game, you could think to contact content creators that are not bad people. They they are humans like us, and they usually have various communities that could help the growth of the awareness of the game and also of the selling of the game. So, if the budget is tight, there are some things that you could actually do. for content creators to promote your game, what could you do? You could connect with one creator that is actually has the same community as the players of your games. For example, if you're creating the new Elden Ring, you can contact content creators that played online Bloodborne, that played online Dark Souls, etc. The same was with your game. So after you found the niche matched influencers, you can find out the influencers' engagement rate, because the followers are not something important right now at the moment. Most of people can actually buy followers. So if you find a person with 100,000 followers but with 2 likes on post, you need to be a bit careful on giving your game away like that. So you need to figure out a way to find a good percentage. Usually, a good percentage is between 5 and 10% of the followers with the engagement. So, for example, if someone has 2K followers on Twitter, if they have 20 to 50 likes or retweets, etc., they have a good engagement. Depends on the platform. Sometimes the platforms goes down anyway, but yes, if you find 100K, 1 like, it's not very much a good engagement usually. So yeah, whenever you find the right influencers that have real engagement, you can offer a free game, a free key of the game, sorry. And you don't have to tell them, oh, I give you this, you have forcibly to live stream it or to actually create a video about it. You just give it as a gift. They usually do it in automatically, like, or they will create a screenshot or a video or a story about the game, and that can help as well, because you create more awareness that is not already in your niche, but they go wider, and you don't spend any money. You just give a key to a content creator. It's a good investment usually. Explain to the content creator your goal. Create a relationship with them. Don't just give them the key and just, okay, bye. That's it. I'm done. No. You need to create a relationship as much as you create it with your community, with the fans of the game. You create it with them, obviously, if they like the game. If they don't, you can just ignore everything and go on with your life, obviously. After you create a relationship with them, and they promote your game, you could actually offer them a bit more, like some merch. You can send them some merch as a thank you, as you would do with your neighbors, if they do something nice for you. It's being educated, being polite. It's something that in UK everyone has, so fortunately I don't have to explain it further. So we are here to the conclusion. Marketing your indie game can be very scary at first, especially if it is your first indie game. But with study around, with a good team, and if you start reading a bit about marketing and social media, it could be quite fun, because you can create a good community, a good family around the game that is not only the team, but also the fans of the game, and that could be something very nice for you, and for the team and for the community itself. Now that you know these things, don't just leave it to, oh yeah, I know it, that's it, I'm done. No, because if you don't take action, if you don't do something about it, you won't actually. It's like not knowing anything. So I know you were already doing it, so if you had any more idea, I will be happy that I could have helped a bit in this side. But yeah, so if there are any questions, you can just ask. But there are no questions. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We talked for about 25 minutes. I was quite fast. So if you'd like to download the indie game marketing plan, the little scheme that I created, there is a QR code here just in case. And yes, so thank you so much for being here.